Cargo pumped off damaged tanker Stena Immaculate. This is from the Maritime Exclusive, and it was published on the 9th of April 2025. The transfer of jet fuel cargo from the damaged tanker Stena Immaculate has been completed according to HM Coast Guard, and salvors are now preparing to bring the vessel into a port of refuge in the UK. On March the 10th, the Portuguese flag feeder Seadog was on a routine coastal voyage off all UK, making 16 knots on a steady southbound course. Without slowing or maneuvering, Seadog rammed the port side of the anchored product tanker Stena Immaculate, penetrating 2 tanks. Both vessels caught fire. The crew of the Immaculate abandoned ship after the initial attempt to fight the blaze. 1 crew member from Seadog is missing and presumed dead. The box ship suffered extensive fire damage. Debris from Seadog's cargo, including pelletized plastic, has washed up along nearby beaches in the UK. The box ship master has been arrested on suspicion of gross negligent manslaughter. After the casualty, salvors for Stena Immaculate's owner stabilized the situation on board the tanker and brought another tanker alongside for a ship-to-ship transfer. The fuel has now been pumped off the Stena Immaculate, preparing her for the safe entry into the port of Great Yarmouth later this week. HM Coast Guard continues to support local authorities in their response to onshore pollution from the Seadog as a result of the collision. The cleanup operation has now moved from a proactive to a reactive response. HM Coast Guard will continue to keep the overall situation under close review. HM Coast Guard has asked the public to keep an eye out for nurdle pollution and to report it via the agency's online tip portal. Things are happening at a pretty reasonable rate. Unfortunately, it seems like these nurdles are still washing ashore. The last report I saw said 11 tons of nurdles have been cleaned up already. That's a lot. I haven't seen any pictures of it though. But still, that's a lot of tiny little plastic beads, and hopefully that stops at some point. But it looks like the Stena Immaculate is now off to port for more inspection. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to her. There is a chance she can be saved. I've been looking for updates on the Baltic 3 in Canada. I see pictures most every day from the local people in the area. They're still working on offloading the cargo and the oil, but it's going at a snail's pace and never any updates from anyone that does any kind of story on it. No updates from the government, no updates from the Coast Guard. Radio silence as far as I can see. But it is progressing, just really, really slow. And even the pictures that I saw yesterday, doesn't look like any of the containers are gone. Maybe a few. There wasn't that many on there, but it doesn't look like many containers are gone. So they're probably focusing on the oil. But boy, it's taken a long time. And luckily, it seems like the weather's been good for a pretty good stretch of time now, at least judging by the pictures I see on a pretty frequent basis. Alright guys, there it is. As always, thanks for watching. If you're new here and you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And I'll see you on the next one.